We're back at another angle in comfy clothes. Hello and welcome to my channel, The Danish Readaholic. My name is Silka and today I will be talking a little bit about the Buzzword challenge. So this challenge is done by Books and Lala. I will link it down below, like the newest one. I don't know how long she's done these, but I know that I participated last year and it's really fun. It's like a year-long reading challenge. I wouldn't call it a readathon, but a reading challenge. I want to just have a quick look at how well I did last year and then let's talk about this year. So last year I set a TBR, but I didn't do the whole monthly thing because you're supposed to hit a specific prompt every single month, and I didn't want to do that because that is just adding a little bit more stress to my reading than I needed last year. And I'm doing the same thing this year, so I'm doing the prompts, but I'm doing them as they fit with the books that I read. Let's have a look at last year. I have everything on my phone. So last year's January prompt was the 5 W's. I did not complete that prompt, so off to a great start. Then we had February, pronouns. I also did not complete this prompt. Then we have March, and that is locations. I did complete this, and I read Mary Underwater for that. So I feel like underwater is a location. Fight me. Then we have April, and that was big and little, but you could also do like small, large, that kind of gist, and I did not complete it. Then we have April, that was directions, and I read Down Among the Sticks and Bones. That's a direction. For June, the prompt was all, so it had to have the word all in the title. That was very difficult, and I did not complete it. Then we have July, book-related words. I did not complete it. Then we had August, items, and I did complete that. I read Blade of Secrets because blade is an item. So then we have September. The prompt was light and dark, and for that I read There Will Come a Darkness. Straightforward. Then we have October, and the prompt was creatures and animals. For that I read Otter. For November, the prompt was ing, so it had to end like with an ing word. So for that I read Graceling. Yes. And finally for December, we had numbers as the prompt, and I read 6 Crimson Cranes. So I completed 7 out of 12 prompts, and I want to do better this year. So let's have a look at what the prompts are this year and which books I've picked for it. Now, before I do this TBR, I will say that similarly to last year, I'm setting a TBR, but if there's something else that I read that fit the prompt, I can take it off if I want to. It's not that deep. It is just because I like doing TBRs and I like going through this type of challenge because I feel like it's fun. I have already completed 2, which yay me, and I have a couple that I really want to get to that I think I might actually get to, and then I have a couple that I've put down that it's like I didn't really know what else to put down, so like I'll let you know which ones those are, and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. So for January, we had Life and Death, and I have already completed this by reading Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw. This has not been in a wrap-up yet, so I'm not going to tell you anything. Very, very straightforward. This book kind of follows after the events of Nightmare Before Christmas and how Sally is adjusting to the life of being a pumpkin queen. For February, we had the prompt that was verbs, and I have already completed this by reading To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christo, which I really loved. You've already seen me talk about this. So in this, we follow a siren and a siren hunter / prince, and the siren is basically punished because she kills one of her own, so she is punished to live on land as a human, which they despise, and you guessed it, they meet, so interesting. So for March, the prompt is secret, and I've gone with A Secret of Onyx. I don't own it, and I don't know what it's about, but it's on my TBR for some reason. I don't remember what it's about. So this is actually one of the ones that if you have any book in mind, preferably fantasies, that have secret in the title, let me know. I mean, I will probably just do A Secret of Onyx, but I want to know if I have options. So then we have April, and that is emotions. And I've decided to go with Drizzle Dreams and Love Struck Things by Maya Prasad. This is a contemporary following 4 sisters at like a Holiday Inn, I think, that their parents own. I don't know. And I feel like Love Struck is an emotion. I'm actually really excited to read this. I'm feeling like I'm kind of in a slump, so I might actually pick this up now. We'll see if I do it. I'm really not sure. Then we have May, and the prompt is flavors. And I was originally gonna go with Salt and Stone, but I'm currently reading Spice Roads. Or Spice Road. Spice, in my head, is a flavor. Or something along those lines. I feel like it's fine. It fits. Spice. And it's actually really good so far. I don't know why. It's taking me such a long time to get through books this month. Which sucks, because January was great. But February is just so hard for me to read. And I don't know why. But I'm doing really great with my game. It's getting there. So, we might see a new game soon. Did I just jinx it? Then we have June, and the prompt for that is the word other, so the word has to be in the title. I need help with this one, because the only one that I own that I think I could fit was Alice's Adventures Through Wonderland and Other Stories. If you have any books that you think might be something for me, let me know. Next up we have July, and that is weather-related words. And I've actually decided to go for A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. This is the 4th and final book in An Ember in the Ashes, and I have not read the 3rd one yet. So hopefully I can get to both. This is so cool. I really want to finish the series. I'm not sure I'm liking where it's going, but I do want to finish it because I own it. I don't know, I still have hope. Next up, we have August, and that is Body Parts. And I decided to go for The Eye of Ra by Ben Gardner. This is the first book in a trilogy following 2 siblings who go like to, first I think it's ancient Egypt, and then it looks to be Rome, and then like some Aztec thing in the 3rd one. And it just seems really, really cool and something that I would like because I love, especially ancient Egypt. That is just the best. But I'm also really intrigued by like the Aztec. I don't care much for ancient Rome, but it has its moments. So I feel like this was a good pick. Also, it's short. So yay for that. Then we have September, and that is game words. And I decided to go for the blood trials because trial, kind of like a game. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. In a fantasy setting, it's usually like a competition of some sort. Or the main character has to go through a bunch of tasks. So I would call a trial a type of game. And this is by N.E. Davenport, and I've only heard good things about this. It was a gift! I'm really excited for this, and I actually do not know what it's about. And I want to keep it that way. Then we have October, and the prompt for that is magic words. I have decided to go for A Tale of Witchcraft by Chris Colfer because I need to continue with this damn series. I also have the final one in this trilogy, and I am excited but also scared to finish it because then I have no more Chris Colfer books that I need to read. Well, I can always start over. And I will. Then we have November, and the prompt for that is good, which means that the word good has to be in the title. Now, this isn't actually the book that I'm going to be reading, but because they're kind of like in a tricky spot and they're stacked, I didn't really want to bother with it. So I have The School for Good and Evil. This is A Crystal of Time, but I am on the 3rd one, which I don't remember what that one is called. But basically, it doesn't matter what the subtitle is because the School for Good and Evil, and it's the good that I need to complete. So basically any one of the School for Good and Evil books would suffice, so that is why I took just one of them. Let's put it on a list! I really do have something with lists. Like, putting stuff on a list makes me want to complete the list. So, like, it's a good thing. I think. The final one I can't really show you because I've had to pack down some of my books because Well, it's a long story. But my parents are getting the house ready for selling, and my stuff is kind of in the way because no one expected me to live here, and I didn't either. So, but I've had to stay here a little bit longer. Then I had my shelf in the hallway that I've talked about before, my hallway shelf. The hallway is very narrow, so it is in the way. And when we have people coming over to view the house, it's it's just dumb to have something that takes up like half the space in a narrow hallway. So we're gonna have to move that shelf until I find a place to stay or until they move. Preferably the first one. So that is why I have all of my hallway books are packed away. So I basically only have this shelf to work with and then my narrow shelf where I read most of the books on there. So we're limited in which books I can pick from the next couple of weeks, hopefully, months, probably. But I mean, maybe I will get to read these instead then, which would be fun. But where I was going with this was that the December prompt is a sound-related word in the title, and I had decided to go for Arusha and the Song of Death because that is the next one in the series, and I really want to continue to see if I want to continue because I was iffy about the first one. So I want to see what the second one goes and then make a decision. Thank you so much for watching this very fast little rundown of last year's Buzzword challenge and this year's Buzzword challenge. Please let me know if you have any suggestions to some of the prompts, any of them you think I can fulfill in a different way. Preferably the other and the secret prompts, where the words have to be in the title, because those are the ones that I struggle with. If you just want to let me know that you're here but don't know what to comment, you can always leave a green heart. If you like this video, please hit the like icon, and if you want to see more of my bookish content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me. And until I see you next time, bye!